see popular luxury items come and go. We see the hot new trending pieces every couple of months, whatever. And these are the popular designer items that we saw in 2023 that I'm glad I didn't jump in on. I'm glad I held my ground for a number of reasons. We've got a range of pieces today, from bags, clothes, shoes. We may have our regrets. You know, maybe there's something we missed out on. Maybe there's something we bought, it didn't quite work out the way we wanted to. So we must celebrate our wins. And in my humble opinion, this is a bit of a win. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Let's kick it off with a shoe and a trend that has just taken fashion by storm. Ballet flats. Now, specifically, I do feel as though this year it was less about the Miu Miu ballet flat and the very kind of obvious interpretation of a ballet flat, and we were really looking at what, with the quiet luxury of it all, a Chanel ballet flat going down that timeless route, or something like the Elie ballet flat, which was very popular, was sold out. Now it's died down a bit. I'm glad that I didn't jump on this train because not only is this not a style that I don't think suits me very much, and sometimes I have my boundaries with trends and I'm like, no, that's not me, I'm not even gonna try. And sometimes I'm like, oh, should I dip my toe, challenge myself, why not? This is one that I'm happy to not even try, because when it comes to flats, I am a sneakers gal, I'm a boots gal when it comes to the winter. I know my place, I know my forte. I know I'm not going to wear a pair of jeans and pair it with a ballet flat. Whilst the girls are out here doing so and looking fabulous, that's just not my style. My previous experience of Chanel ballet flats hasn't also been the best. I had a pair back in the day. I actually didn't find them that comfortable, but each foot is different. My mum absolutely worships the ground that hers walk on. That sort of doesn't really make sense, but you understand what I mean. And they're popular for a reason, you know. I mean, it's an all right looking shoe, I can tell you that much. So that's why Chanel ballet flats haven't done it for me. The Elie ones, I quite like the fact they're a little bit edgy. They're a little bit more cool girly. I don't really know. The cool fashion girls are in their Elie ballet flats. Okay, there's a mesh, there's a crystal version. You know me, as soon as there's crystal, oh, she loves it. But that one's a bit too flat to the floor. Very little. There's a couple of millimeters between you and the pavement. And that's also a factor. It's not me. It's not my vibe. I'm glad that I didn't try it out and then buy a pair that I'm now like, oh, I bought into the trend. And now I've got a pair of solid 800-pound Chanel ballet flats withering away, collecting dust in my wardrobe. The next one was actually painful. And there's not necessarily a reason as to why I'm happy I didn't get this. I'm just a believer that everything happens for a reason, even if it's something as beautiful as the Louis Vuitton, was it the Valentine's Day collection, the Nano Speedy, in the glorious, like, bubblegum pink patent, debossed monogram leather in what they called a mochi pink, with the bubble heart zip? The cutest thing that they've released in a very long time. It was very cute, it was very adorable. Didn't stand a chance. Unless I wanted to go, like, personal shopper. But then I was like, John, I think my time has passed. I'm trying to, like, come up with reasons in my head as to why I'm, you know, like, popular designer items I'm glad I didn't buy. Am I glad I didn't buy it? No. Did it slip out of my fingers? Yes. But everything happens for a reason. Maybe I didn't get that because, I mean, the Keep All XS is 1.5 times bigger than that bag. Okay, do you want to know what? Here's something. It was very cute and I was really obsessed with it when it, like, first came out, when I first saw people posting it. And then, you know, months passed and I never thought about it, you know, and I didn't think about it until it kicked back in when I was coming up with ideas for this video. So maybe it's a good thing that it didn't haunt me, because if it's haunted me, then it was something that I really wanted. There we go. Clearly something in my head didn't actually want it that much, hence the fact that I've forgotten it. Let's do another bag. This is the my gosh, semi-it bag of the year. Laura Piana's L19. By the way, saying this now, I need to write this down as a prediction for another video. The Laura Piana Extra pouch, I believe, has recently launched, and that's going to do even better than the L19 because the strap can double up. You can shoulder her or you can crossbody her, but that's not what today's about, Cassie. Okay? The L19, again, quite luxury, having a moment this year. Everybody was turning towards Laura Piana and then everybody was turning towards the L19, and its price compared to other luxury bags, if we're going to take something like the Mini Kelly, is much more palatable. I'm not gonna lie, again, I think that I could have very easily been swept up in this if a colour had been juicy enough for me. You know, for me, I love a juicy colour. So a lot of the pieces have been neutrals, which has worked in my favour. I do like the really small square one. What is that? The L11? Something like that. It's very cute. It gives me similar vibes as my little Chanel pink one here. Another reason why I maybe shouldn't have, but it's quite... Anyway, Cassie, I'm glad I didn't buy it because, once again, stick to your guns, stick to your style. This is far too quite luxury for me. She doesn't even have a logo hanging off, all right? I don't even see a foil debossed logo stamped in there. It's very if you know, you know. If you know, you know for me. The most if you know, I'm going to buy is something like this that doesn't have a logo, but is still very shouty in the colours. I think it's a great little pouch. I think it's a good little bag. I like the different variations that it comes in. There's the wicker, and there's the shearling, and there's the plain leather, and you can get exotics, and the exotics aren't crazily priced compared to other brands, right? So I get the vibe. I see the vibe. I appreciate the vibe. The vibe's not me. I was obsessed with this jacket for a while, and I am over the sodding moon that somebody left me a comment describing it as something because it completely turned me off it, and I'm like, girl math, I've made $7,000. I wasn't going to pay that money for it anyway, okay? I'm not there yet. I also didn't even really like the leather one that much. Cassie, stop talking riddles. This is the Saint Laurent, like, it's a puffer jacket, but a different style than a normal puffer jacket. Had these huge lapels. I liked the bubbliness of it. It came in a nylon and it came in a leather. The nylon, in my opinion, looked better, was a much better vibe for me specifically. However, that one didn't have the huge embroidered YSL logo, slap bang on the back, letting everybody know. And I love a sodding logo, all right? And I'm gonna ride that logo train all the way home. So, it didn't have that. Ginormous price difference between these two pieces. Then I was like, okay, but the leather one has it. I don't have a leather jacket. Is this the leather jacket I need? And I just, you know, hawk eyes, watch it, and hopefully the price goes down, or I find it on sale, or Black Friday, or something like this, such that it can, you know, not be $7 grand. Anyway, then I tried it on, and I tried it on in a shopping vlog in LA, and somebody commented being like, jacket looks great on you, but it reminds me of the Yeezy blue, like, puffer jacket that he did. Not my vibe, not my vibe, okay? And as soon as that was said, turned off that jacket entirely. It is a very similar vibe to that. I didn't necessarily like that jacket when it came out, so yes, very happy that I didn't buy myself that jacket. As we know, I bought one hype that I did quote unquote fall for. Okay, it was like a little bit hypey, and then I saw it in person and I was like, actually, it's a really nice bag, okay? This, the Chanel Kelly bag. I will say, I am so happy that I went for this size and not the mini. And you know, I love a mini bag, TBE, tiny bag energy. I am an expert in mini bags. Professor of TBE, Cassie Thorpe, you know? So I would have really had it within me to be like, oh, it's the small one for me, it's the baby for me. I was really disappointed with how they look in person. I don't think they look great. The bottoms all curve. Why do they curve? I don't know. The proportions don't look correct because it's on such a small bag that it's like the top handle doesn't quite work with blah, 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 all of this business. It's just, it's too much. that I believe that they didn't think about. So it just looks cheap, in my opinion. An accessory that took the world by storm. The Bottega drop earrings. These are these teardrop looking earrings. They come in silver, they come in gold. Let's be honest, I think the colour that everybody's been going for is the gold. They come in 2 sizes, the small or the large. I think that they look nice. Let me just start there. I think that they're a nice looking earring. I love a bit of costume jewellery, right? I love my fine jewellery pieces and all of that, and I appreciate the price that comes with fine jewellery, but I also appreciate the price that comes with costume jewellery, because while people are like, I would never buy costume jewellery because I would rather put that money towards fine, that's great. But at the same time, the costume jewellery I'm out here buying is really, you know, chunky, statementy stuff that, like, the fine jewellery price is not even wow, or it doesn't exist or whatever, right? Fine. So I tend to do statementy costume jewellery, so this is sort of down my alley. However, I do think the price of it is really high, in my opinion. If I were to go for this, which size would I go for? I think that I would have gone for the smaller size so that I could wear it every day, in which case I'm like, okay, if it's something that I'm going to wear every day, then it needs to be fine. Yeah, I'm not going to pay this money for it, or whatever. Does that thing exist in a fine jewellery setting? I don't know. It also kind of, the thing happened to me, which I know a lot of people are like, when something has a lot of hype, it puts them off because they're like, I don't want to be out here with everybody else having the same bag. I understand. I felt like that with these earrings. I was like, hold on a second, I'm seeing a lot of people out here in these Bottega earrings. If I'm going to go for a statementy pair of like gold stud earrings, they're not going to be those. So that was my kind of mindset around it. And Bottega do other cool earrings. I think the price is really quite up there for that. And I don't even like it enough to pay that, full stop. Another bag that's been really, really popular this year is the Elie Liqueur heart bag. It's a heart-shaped crossbody bag, really cute, really fun. I would see pictures of people wearing this and be like, oh, you know, it looks really good, do I want it? And for some reason, the fact that it was crossbody and the crossbody was attached and the crossbody was, it's quite a thin leather, I was like, oh, I don't know why something's not speaking to me through this. Something's like, it's not quite how I would want it to be. Couldn't quite put my finger on it, essentially. I liked all the variations it was coming out in, and there was one that was like studded and all of that. Cool. Then one day I saw that they did a clutch version, and I was like, oh, 10 out of 10. 10 out of sodding 10. So I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the version that I needed. And had I pulled the trigger on another one, I'm weird with duplicates. I will do some duplicates, but I will not do others. If I'd have got a crossbody version of this bag, I would definitely not have got the clutch version as well. I would have been like, I already have it. This is too similar to me. So I'm glad that I waited and didn't buy that, so then I could then get the version of this that spoke to me more, that made my heart tickle. It tickled my heart giggled a little bit, okay? They started a fun and flirty relationship together. Those are the popular designer items that I'm glad I didn't buy this year. Let me know some of yours in the comments. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.